Hey guys, my name is Kenneth, that's Amine, and that's Tristan. We're students at the University of Ottawa and we're working on our control systems project.
Alright, so the whole point is we have an Arduino board and we're trying to work on the signal to tune it and make it look good and track properly. And
let's get to it then.
Our circuit. It's a very simple circuit. We have the Arduino board and the breadboard. The way that this works with the H-bridge is it allows us to essentially have two power supplies, one that is the 9 volts here for the motor and one that's the 5 volts coming from the Arduino board that basically gives us our PWM signal so that we can read from the photoresistor what's happening, essentially the voltage that we're reading from the device itself. Now when we go to the computer right here, as you can see, everything is working just fine. This is the curve. The red curve right here is going to be the voltage that we're reading from the board. And as soon as I hide the light, it dips down below the desired voltage. So this is a clear way to show that it is actually working, and the Arduino has no problem whatsoever. And as you can see, when we fully hide the light, the motor responds. The goal of the motor is to try to get the red voltage to be higher and to follow the blue voltage. The blue voltage here is a desired voltage that is continuously rising. It's a linear pattern essentially. It's like a ramp input put into different terms. And the motor is going to try to follow that. That is where the tuning comes in place.
We started experimenting with it by placing it in between the photo sensor and the LED here. The problem we came up against was basically the unsteadiness of our hands. So while we were just trying to keep it still, it was hard to not move at all, to keep your hand steady the whole time. And so to counter this, we have decided to 3D print a box around this, which the motor will sit on and it'll hold it in the same spot. It'll also surround the LED and the photo sensor to eliminate basically any kind of interference from external light and just focus on the LED and the photo sensor.
So right now we are going to 3D print a box for the setup to make it more stable when we're trying to basically take a reading.
Because I've got some extremely jittery hands apparently.
That's the current problem right now. Whenever we try to record and see, the control systems working, what's happening is we try to see some, jitter, some disturbance. We're trying to avoid that. We're trying to have a little box that will basically eliminate any parasite light, as well as hold the motor in place. That should make it more stable.
Eliminate pretty much any kind of human error from holding the motor and then being like, ugh.
So we're now at the makerspace and we're working on improvements for our design. Amine here is working on a 3D model which we're going to be printing.
Alright guys, so the idea that we're going for here is just to make a little box that will be right here, basically to hold the motor in place on top of the circuit. Now there is a little hole, as you can see right here, that's made for the piece of paper that's basically built to hide the light. We also made a little bit of a tunnel that way we can contain the light made from the LED so it doesn't go all around the place and so that we don't get parasite light to the photoresistor. It's a simple thing, very easy, but it should definitely increase some of the accuracy of our results.
So we've come to the end of our control systems project, and while the physical improvement we made was very helpful, it was also faulty in the sense that the slit we made for the fan, the rotor blades to go through was too small, so it wasn't very practical. And
so we were thinking if, there are a few solutions we could have implemented, such as, going from a rotational movement to a linear movement using something like a Scotch yoke mechanism. but we didn't have enough time or resources to do that. However, we know that this at least was hiding all the parasite light that we're getting from the environment. So part of the improvement did work perfectly fine. It's just that little hole was way too small.
Exactly.
All right.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and this was a very fun project to be part of.
Exactly, and we learned a lot of things about how control systems work in real life, how the coefficients actually affect the system and the tracking. So it's part of the learning process, and it was really a good experience.
Okay,
All
awesome.
right.
Thanks again for watching. Peace.